When I need answers about anything to do with personal growth, I go straight to my mom and my aunt. Here they are, Priscilla Babin and Tina Gilliat with the sister sauce.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sister Sauce. I'm Priscilla, and next to me is my beautiful sister Tina.
Hello. I sound like a frog.
As you can tell, Tina has a bit of laryngitis. So this will be a
It'll
probably
be an
short.
interesting podcast.
Yes, a little bit squeaky. I would ask how you're doing today, but I think we can tell you.
I'm tired. I told AJ the worst part about having a cold or and I'm so thankful. I mean, I tested clear of all bad stuff like COVID and the flu and all that. But even just having a cold is such a pain in the neck. I have things to do and I don't have the energy to do them because of this foolishness. And
Amen.
usually I think I must be immune to steroid shots because used to be in the old days, I would get a steroid shot and I could climb a mountain. I got a steroid shot, it didn't even phase me.
Oh goodness.
But
Mhm.
anyway, I'm functioning, so that's a good thing, right?
Yep, that's good news. Well, do you have some hot sauce? I know you
Yeah,
have hot sauce,
hot sauce is made of NyQuil. That's what no, I'm kidding.
a brew of
I don't know about y'all, but I feel like, and NyQuil does not endorse our podcast, but I mean, if I was going to have a sponsor, NyQuil would be the one,
at least for today, huh?
really. But my hot sauce for today is a simple one. The holidays are coming up, and hot is the need to prepare for those. And people get overwhelmed with the holidays and sometimes work too hard and don't get to enjoy them. And so I want to encourage everybody to make sure you enjoy your holidays, but more importantly, think now about how you can make some lasting memories for the holidays. Make sure you take a lot of pictures, make sure you plan well, and get to events that you really want to go to and try something new this holiday that you've never done before. A few years back, AJ and I had one Christmas where we decided we were going to do several things we had not done in previous years. And one was to visit the Roosevelt Hotel to see the decorations. And we enjoyed that so much. We had never been. And everybody we talked to was so shocked that we had never been to the Roosevelt to see the Christmas decorations. And we just hadn't. And we made a random day of it and went and ate breakfast and then went over to the Roosevelt and walked through the lobby and enjoyed the decorations and took pictures. And it was a lot of fun. And it was something new that we had not done before. So that's my hot sauce for you today. I encourage you to start planning now for things you can do that are out of the ordinary for the holidays and think about ways you can make some lasting memories.
It really does sneak up on you.
It does.
Mm.
It
Last
does.
time, we went and we took some friends from out of town to go see the Roosevelt for Christmas one year. And this is a long time ago, a long, long time ago. I think Joey was really little, so that tells you. But I remember we also went in Harris Casino and they had an enormous gingerbread house
Oh, wow.
that was the size of my kitchen table, I think, and or bigger. And it had like a little train set going around it and stuff.
Oh, that's really cool.
It was really neat. Looked delicious, although probably stale.
The year that I graduated from grad school, when I got my master's, I graduated, as you know, in Portland because I was going to an online distance learning program. And AJ and I took the trip to Portland because I was selected to speak at the graduation. And we enjoyed it so much. And there was this one, we took a Sunday trip over to Seattle to see the Christmas ship and and do some things over there. But one of the things they had in Seattle was the tuba concerts, and it was like all these tubas, and it was interesting. And apparently, it's something they do around the world. But while we were at the location of that concert, they had a big gingerbread display with trains and all that too. And I was just so fascinated by it. And it wasn't just gingerbready. It was the trains. It was massive, but they had one little area that was gingerbread. But so awesome. I love trains. And you know Norman from church, our friend from church, Norman goes every year to all these different train conventions, and he's really into that. And I think he's got like 2 rooms of his house dedicated to trains.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I've never seen it, but he has a lot of fun with it.
That's awesome. We just got on that same subject. My kids had a bug in them to build something big that was made of Legos, and they were talking about getting the Death Star or something. I was like, oh my God, I'm not paying that much money for Legos. But we went to the store, and we were walking around the Lego aisles, and they had a Hogwarts Express. And I said, and it was a little bit, you know, pricey, but I said, is this going to bring y'all joy? And this was right after Clover's birthday, and we're coming up on Christmas. And I was like, all right, if this will bring y'all joy, you can make this together. So, and Clover was being very difficult and not letting me spoil them. So, I had to do it some way. So I got,
Clover's a good egg.
yes, and very thrifty. I think that trickled down from our mother. But they built the train set, and it is now adorning our TV stand. It's riding across in front of our television. So
Oh, that's really awesome.
so little Harry's in there getting pumpkin pasties from the treat the snack the sweet cart lady, whatever it's called. And so that's our train story. But and there's lots of crazy things that people do all over the world for Christmas. And if y'all don't know about it, go scroll back through our podcasts, because last year we did an awesome one all about traditions all over the world. So they should
Yeah.
check it out, right, T? And I'm probably going to forget that I mentioned it today and remind y'all again.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll do a spoiler. Next week we're going to be talking about some gift ideas that won't cost you a lot of money, just some time. So I think I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun because that's right up my alley. I love
No
that kind
expensive
of
Legos on that list.
stuff.
Whatever. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about something that already happened, because it was something inspiring to us. This past week was World Kindness Week, also known as Kindness Day. And the week was the 11th through the 17th, which technically is not over yet, depending on when you listen. If you're listening early enough on Sunday, you'll still catch the end of it. But Kindness Day was the 13th. And it came into being when several humanitarian groups came together on November 13th in 1997 and made a declaration of kindness. And what started it out as just Kindness Day turned into Kindness Week. And lots of people have joined in, lots of companies and things. Um, for the first full week of Kindness Week, it was observed as by the World Kindness Movement, which is a group of associations and institutions based in countries all over the world: Thailand, England, Australia, America. And they came up with a combined dedication to promote kindness in society. And they've done all kind of things, launching all kind of different programs and stuff ever since 1997, which, young people, that was probably your whole life ago, but it seems like it was just yesterday to me. So But it's cool to highlight kind moments every year. And I was trying to find actual news stories about things that were done, but it was a little hard to find. So maybe people are still writing articles, who knows? Because we record on Fridays, so maybe stuff's still happening. Probably a bunch of stuff will happen this weekend and we'll have missed it. But y'all can Google that and find out if anybody did anything cool. We know about one thing that happens every year in Montreal, Canada, which is they have a wall of kindness where people are invited, there's coat hooks, and people are invited to bring their new or gently used coats and hang them on the coat hooks. And then those coats are given to people who need coats, people who are, whether they're homeless or just low income, and they don't have, a nice winter coat to keep them warm, because coats can be expensive, especially, a good quality heavy coat, especially if you're somewhere real cold, like in Canada, in the Great White North. So you have to get a coat some kind of way. So that's really awesome. So we've got some other things though. I do have one other story. There's a company called Beekman 1802, and they have teamed up with the American Red Cross to make some changes to the way that blood is collected, not the actual physical way it's collected, but apparently there were a lot of questions that you had to answer when you sign up to donate blood that were sort of they were unnecessary for one thing, and they were much too invasive questions, asking about different things about people that were assuming things, I think, maybe about their behavior and whatnot. And anybody can give blood and just, have, you have different illnesses and whatnot in your bloodstream. The blood has to be tested anyway. So there's not really any reason to go asking somebody about their sexuality or their gender identity or things like that. If you're already telling them, what medications you take and everything, they still have to test that blood before they give it to somebody else. So there's not really any practical use for some of the information that was being asked for. So this company, Beekman 1802, that is owned by two gentlemen who are part of the LGBTQ community. And they have teamed up not only to remove those sort of inappropriate questions when you go to give blood, but also to promote the Red Cross in their efforts to get more blood donations. And so they have lots of areas that they are listing on their websites about where you can go to give blood. So if you are interested in being a blood donor, please do that if you can, because not everybody can give blood. Some people have illnesses and take certain medications that you're not really allowed to donate. And so you have to be ready and willing if you got the good blood. You should do that. So back to some details about World Kindness Week. Why is kindness important? Here are some things that were explored in an article from nationaltoday.com/kindness week. If you want to look it up, we'll put the link in our show notes. But here's some great information, because some different things that you need in your blood, in your good blood, can get produced just from witnessing acts of kindness. Witnessing acts of kindness produces oxytocin, occasionally referred to as the love hormone, which aids in lowering blood pressure and improving your overall health. So you don't even have to do the good thing. You can just watch somebody else do it.
There you go. Get all warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, it also increases our self-esteem and optimism, which is extra helpful if you're anxious or shy in social situations. And that I would assume it can also increase your serotonin
I would
because
think so.
when you do good things, you know. And how are some ways we can be kind, Tina?
Well, you can give compliments to people. You can compliment your friends and even strangers. And the articles that we looked at all encouraged all these activities to be done during Kindness Week, but these are things you should do all the time, right? One
Amen.
thing is if somebody gets a haircut, you can compliment them on their new haircut, or maybe they have a nice outfit on. Don't say it in a way that it sounds like you're saying, "Oh, thank God you finally dressed up.
I've
You look
gotten
really nice today for a change." Um, but yeah, anything that you notice about them that you think is a positive thing, say it. So often we are apt to speak up about the negative things that we see, but we don't speak up about the good stuff. If a waitress is rude, we don't hesitate to report them. But if somebody does an extra special job of serving us, we don't think to mention that, and so that's something we need to be aware of to be more positive. You can also do random acts of kindness, like smiling at strangers when you pass them by, or holding a door open, or giving up your seat on public transit. Just small gestures to let people know that you care in a way of showing kindness. And then you can donate books, clothes, food, essential medicines, and even money to a charity of your choice. So Priscilla mentioned the coat drive. We have a similar thing at our church, usually about this time of year. This year, we're working with some young people who are in transition from a home where they're staying and they're about to leave to go out into the community because they've aged out, and they'll be uh, in exiting the home to be independent. And so we're trying to help them get set up for that. So there are lots of opportunities for you to help and serve people. It's a good time of the year for that.
That's for sure. Yep. Here are 5 facts about kindness that will blow your mind. Kindness is teachable. We are psychologically wired to help someone in need,
Mhm.
but we can also be a good example and teach others how to be kind, especially our young people.
Oh, for
Uh,
sure.
and it's contagious. I'm trying not to make a joke about you being sick. Witnessing an act of kindness not only improves your mood, it makes you more likely to pay it forward and to do something nice. You ever go to walk in a building and somebody is nice and holds the door for you, and then you end up holding the door for the person behind you because
Yeah,
it's the right thing to do.
it
And
is.
there's that really cool video too. There was a video that went around a long time ago that was a viral video of a chain of kind acts where the one person has something nice done for them and it trickles down, you
I
know?
remember that. Yeah, it was what I
Also,
thought of immediately. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And number 3 is kindness makes you live longer. There's 44% less chance of dying early if you're a nice person. So stop being a jerk and be nice.
I'm gonna live to be 180 because I'm super kind.
You are.
So are you. We're gonna be old ladies waddling around.
I will say though, our brother alerted us to the fact that of all the different holidays or remembrances that are today, and it's one of them was end bullying or something, or get serious about bullying or something like that. And
Yeah.
I said that I was gonna choose that one and I was gonna choose violence, but not really. I'm nice. I don't really get violent unless it gets serious. Oh, and here's the one I gave a prequel for. Number 4 is serotonin. Like most medical antidepressants, kindness stimulates the production of serotonin. So Kindness is an antidepressant. There you go. And number 5, kindness has anti-aging effects. Perpetually kind people have 23% less stress hormone and age slower than the average population. So
It's why we look so good, Priscilla.
firm up.
And people think it's our moisturizer.
I moisturized today.
If
I keep getting all those
you
ads.
hadn't, it would be okay though, because you're kind.
Yeah. I just rub some kindness on my face.
Well,
You want to list us some things that we love about kindness week?
yeah, we love that it teaches us to be kind. We get caught up in our lives and we forget to take a moment to think about other people. And so, even though you should be doing these things all year, it's a great reminder to have Kindness Week come up and say, oh, yeah, let me do an extra effort this week, and then maybe it'll get me back in the habit of being kind. It also reminds us we aren't alone. Kindness Week helps us to know that others are kind and care for us, and it highlights the goodness that takes place every day. And it gives us a chance to be creative and come up with some great ideas to spread kindness, like buying a coffee for that person in line behind you from Starbucks. Although these days coffee is so expensive that you might have to think of a better way.
And that leads right into our next week podcast. So
Yeah,
y'all can do some nice things.
yeah,
I
yeah.
heard some other stories about Kindness Day things that were going on, but a lot of them involved free pastries, which I neither of us needs because those are a lot of points. But it, those events have already happened, so I'm not going to advertise them.
I know this past week was also Veterans Day, and AJ was getting tons of emails from places we could go and get free meals since he's a veteran. And I was already sick, so we weren't going anywhere. But it was so funny. I told him, I said, if we took advantage of all these different offers and went from one restaurant to another, we would be eating all day long because they were so many places offering so much food. Mm-mm. Well, that was good.
There's always some food. You know who else you need to be kind to?
Who's that?
And a
Your
lot of people
sister?
forget.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yourself.
Oh.
Yourself. I saw a real good clip from I don't remember who the guy was. This is just my bad memory talking. But it was a clip with a guy who was on Drew Barrymore's show, and he was telling you to imagine if you came into the world and somebody told you, maybe God told you, here is this human, you are responsible for them. You're responsible for taking care of them and treating them kindly and making their life joyful and doing all the good things for them, caring for them. And he said, that's us. We are that human. We have been given this person to be responsible for and to care for and to encourage. And if we treated ourselves the way we would treat a person that we were given the responsibility for, we're good. Most people, hopefully, are good to their kids and their spouse. If we treated ourselves that way, how much better would our lives be if we made sure we were nurtured and fed and worked on our, personal growth and listened to good podcasts by
Like the
sisters.
sister sauce.
Right. So, but I actually came across, I had seen it before, but I came across it this morning, and I think that was on purpose to remind me to include it in Kindness Week.
Yeah,
So,
that I remember seeing that video clip. It was really impressive and thought provoking. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope everybody um does a great job this week with Kindness Week, and maybe you can share with us some of the things that you did during Kindness Week to spread kindness.
Mhm.
Priscilla, do you have marinade for
I
us?
do. I do. I came across a interesting quote on Facebook, and it didn't have like, or not Facebook, excuse me, Instagram, and it didn't have a name under it, but it's from a Instagram account called for excuse me, for the you who feels like me. And they post a lot of good stuff. So I don't know if this is from them personally or just something they shared, but it says, I've learned that if I pray to God to move a mountain, I need to be prepared to wake up next to a shovel.
Mm,
If I pray for God to move a mountain, I need to be prepared to wake up next to a shovel. So, and it's so true, you know, I've seen that in my own life when there's something you really want and you're begging God for it, he's not necessarily just going to hand it to you,
right.
but you can definitely expect he might hand you some tools.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
better, so, so don't be all flim flam
I
in
love
your
that
prayers.
though.
Just a little,
Yeah. You got to be willing
ask
to
it.
invest the time. You know, a lot of times people will uh, give you an opportunity, but they want you to invest in it as well. And the reason for that is because they want you to feel ownership of it. And I think that's what it is with God too. If we're just given things and we don't have the ownership invested like we should, we don't put our blood, sweat, and tears in it, then maybe we're not going to appreciate it as much and cherish it as much. And so God wants us um, to invest ourselves in it. If it's good enough that we're asking Him to give it to us, then we need to be willing to invest our own time and energy in it as well.
Mhm.
That's lovely. I like that. Well, I'm excited next week. So I think Eric said
It feels
Christmas
so
was
close.
6 weeks away yesterday or something.
Oh, it feels so close. I need to get on our list of things to do for people for Christmas. So
I know.
get ready for
It's
that.
crazy.
Make sure
Yeah,
you
I'm excited. As you know,
bring
I've
your
been working on a
pencil.
Christmas project and then found out the printing time I needed was crunched. And so I had to rethink a few things, but I'm excited about it. And yeah, so next week we're going to be talking to you guys about gifts that you can make, not just necessarily crafting gifts, but things that you can put your creative juices. We've been talking for weeks about creativity, and now we're giving you an opportunity to use those creative juices. Wait, my frog is coming back. To use those creative juices toward Christmas gifts. And I'm excited for that. I can't wait to share it with you. But until then, as Priscilla said, make yourself a priority.
And take care of you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to keep up on all the latest sauce. See you next time.